Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope that you're having a fabulous start to your week. Welcome back to our weekly Minks Monday Q&A. Before we get started, let me show you the bag that I'm currently rocking, and that is the Louis Vuitton bum bag. All right, so let's get this show on the road, shall we? Starting with the first question from Paige Vaughn. What do you think about the new Gucci Jackie 1961? I can't stop thinking about it. The Jackie 1961 Small Hobo is available in 3 different textures. You can either go for their classic canvas, which comes in at $17.50 here in the States. You can go for the all leather version, which comes in at $19.90 here in the States. The colors that you can pick from are red, teal, white, black, and they also have a pink that's going to be available, and I will talk about that in just a second. And they also have the Python version, which comes in at $3,000 here in the States. This is a revamped version of the original, which was first created in 1961, and it was often photographed with Jackie Kennedy, hence the name Jackie, so Jackie 1961. I have to tell you, I haven't been this excited about a Gucci bag in a long time. I love the leather version. I think that the colors are stunning. I love the canvas version as well. And on the website, remember what I said, that they have other colors that are going to be available. On the website, it actually says that. It says a few more colors are going to be available, as well as different sizes. So I'm waiting to see what other sizes that they're going to come out with and what other colors. I did see the pink, and the pink, if I'm not mistaken, is the same color as the Princetown loafers that I have, which I think is beautiful as well. Either way, I am excited to see what else they come out with, but I think this bag is just, I think it's stunning. Now, I know that this bag isn't for everybody, but I absolutely love it, and there are so many things that I appreciate. I love the fact that you have a variety of different textures. You have a variety of different colors to pick from, and you will also have a variety of different sizes as time goes by when they do end up introducing those. And I also like the fact that it has a little bit of organization. You do have 2 pockets on the interior, if I'm not mistaken. But what I love about this bag the most is that it does come with an additional strap, so that way you can end up using it as a crossbody bag. And that, to me, makes this bag a game maker, because I think that they revamped it extremely well. They didn't get too carried away. They didn't get too crazy. They pretty much stuck to the same silhouette as it was back then, but they also modernized it in a way that didn't make it too busy, and it didn't seem like it has a whole bunch of bells and whistles. I think it's the best of both worlds, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. So much so that I can honestly say this is my next Gucci piece. Now, I haven't purchased a Gucci bag in a very long time. I'm not talking about the wallet on chain, because that's technically a small leather good, but I haven't purchased a Gucci bag in a very long time, and this to me, this is it. This is 100% it. I don't know if I'm gonna go for the leather version. I don't know if I'm gonna go for the canvas version. Again, I'm waiting to see what other colors they have and what other sizes they have. But I think that this bag is just beautifully crafted. And the funny thing is that I don't have the best experience when it comes to hobos. I've had them in the past, and I always end up selling them because they don't work out the way that I would like. But with this one, even with those past experiences, I'm here for it. I am absolutely here for it. I love the original. I love the history that it had, and the fact that they revamped it in such a way that still has that same beauty, I think is just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So I am a huge fan. I don't think it has a ridiculous price point either. For the leather version, as I said before, it was $19.90. I don't think that's bad. And even though this is the small hobo, I don't think it's ridiculously small, and I don't think it's too big either. And I am very curious if they do end up incorporating a medium, and if they do, depending upon what it looks like, I have a feeling that that might be the one that I might end up going for, just because I want a bigger bag. But I love it. I absolutely love it, but I would love to hear your thoughts when it comes to the Jackie 1961. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Are you looking to add this back to your collection? Are you waiting to see what other colors and what other sizes they're going to come out with? Whatever the case may be, let us know in the comment section down below. So I don't blame you at all for not being able to get this bag out of your head, because it is just absolutely stunning. But fabulous question. Next question from Damier Ebene. Not sure if you've already covered this, but do you feel like Louis Vuitton is phasing out Azur and Damier Ebene? Most of their newest pieces are only monogram and leather. It definitely seems that way, right? Although I don't think that they're necessarily phasing them out, but are they showing them a lot less love? Absolutely. I think it would be crazy for them to phase out, especially Damier Ebene, because it is the original print. And with monogram and leather more than anything, I feel like they've been pushing that more and more year after year, collection after collection, because of course leather, not only does it have a higher price point, but it's also more luxurious than their canvas prints. I just feel like the styles are so limited for both of those two prints. With monogram, I mean, it makes sense that they end up incorporating new collections with this print because it is their most popular print. But at the same time, I feel like they are just kind of selling themselves short by not incorporating Damier Azur or Damier Ebene as much as they do monogram. I think that a lot of people love monogram, but I also think that there are a lot of people that want to see more Damier Ebene and more Damier Azur, and I am one of those people. Because, for example, with Damier Azur, they've had very few collections where they incorporate it, kind of like the Tahitian collection, but it's not something that they continuously do. They just always end up going back to monogram, or they have a spin on monogram. They have the giant monogram, the reverse monogram, the monogram eclipse. So I would love to see them stop cranking out so many different designs and instead maybe introduce the bags that they already have that are extremely popular and maybe all three prints. Can you imagine the Palm Springs Mini Backpack in the Damier Ebene or the Damier Azur, or if they had the Pochette Métis, if they decide to do that in Damier Ebene, or just any of these other bags, just to give them a little bit more of a chance. I feel like they are selling themselves short by not incorporating more designs that have both of those two prints. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's wishful thinking if that's something that they did in the future, instead of just thinking of how they can top their last collection every single time. Or maybe instead of going through their current handbag lineup and having all three prints available, maybe just with new releases, they have all three prints and maybe they make them limited edition and see how well it does. I think they would be surprised to see how well all three prints would end up doing. And I know that Damier Azur doesn't get a whole lot of love, or doesn't get as much love because of the whole color transfer thing and because it is a lighter color or because it has a tendency to yellow. You know how I feel about Damier Azur. I think it is absolutely beautiful, especially with the patina on the leather. But I do think that Damier Ebene has a bigger variety when it comes to handbags than Damier Azur. But I just think that with Damier Ebene, it being the original print, I would assume that more and more pieces would be available because of its history. Now, I gotta be honest with you, if Louis Vuitton decided to phase out Damier Ebene, I am completely done. I am done. I have mad love for the fashion house. I always have and I always will. But if they decided to get rid of the original print, that to me lets me know that they are no longer interested in their history and they are more interested in making money, which I understand. That's what a business does. They want to make more money. I get that. But I think that when it comes to a company such as Louis Vuitton that has the heritage that it has, that has the history that it has, that's something that I don't think that you should lose sight of. So if they were to get rid of Damier Ebene, that would be the last straw for me, because I have had their leather pieces in the past. I have had some of the leather handbags in the past. I do prefer their canvas, but if they decided, and even though I do have more monogram than I have Damier Ebene, if they decide to get rid of the original, I'm out. I'm absolutely out. I wouldn't think twice. I wouldn't look back, because I just think that the future would look completely different to the Louis Vuitton that I am used to. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but I'm not trying to start any rumors. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. This is just my own personal opinion. This is my own speculation. And I turn to you guys. What do you think? Do you feel like Louis Vuitton is phasing out Damier Ebene and Damier Azur? Do you think that that's something that they might do in the future? And if they did, what do you think about that? Let us know in the comment section down below. But great question. Next question from Ali S. You said that years ago you were buying just to buy. Now you're more selective. Where do you see your collection in 10 years? Same or different, and why? Ooh, that's a tough one, because you never know what the future holds, and we all know I have a little bit of an issue with the whole never say never thing. I have eaten my words many of times, but if I had to guess, just based off of the purchases that I've made over the last couple of years, I'm gonna have to go with incorporating more color into my collection. I think that I have somewhat become a little bit more adventurous. I don't freak out as much about color, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the direction that I end up moving in. Because even now, even though I still look at black bags, especially classics that I want to add to my collection at some point in time, kind of like the Fendi Peekaboo and the Lady Dior that you guys have heard me talk about in the past. I feel like I entertain color a lot more than ever before. Like, I don't necessarily just say absolutely not. They can only be black bags. They can only be monogram canvas from Louis Vuitton or Damier Ebene or what have you. Now I think of, ooh, a pink would be nice, or a red. And I've honestly been looking at a couple of blue bags, and blue is a color you guys know I am not fond of. That is not a color that makes my heart sing. It's not a color that I'm drawn to. But a couple of weeks ago, I saw a Fendi Peekaboo in this electric blue, kind of like the little coin pouch that I have from Chanel, that same blue, and I fell in love. Kind of like I've also thought about a green bag, or I don't know, but it's just crazy to me that I entertain color, as I said before, a lot more than ever before. And I'm not scared of it. I've kind of let my guard down. I don't automatically think that I'm gonna put it in a bubble, because I don't know if it's because of the mindset that I got into a couple of months ago, where I talked about just breaking away from that bubble and tossing it out the window. I don't know if that's what's kind of made a change in me, made me see things a little bit differently, and being able to enjoy them to the fullest without having to worry about color transfer, without having to worry about this, that, or the other. Just being, I can still be mindful about how I end up using those bags and how I incorporate them, but without having to stress out as much as I used to in the past. So that's what I think, just incorporating more color into my collection. Of course, only time will tell, but I think that might be the only change that I foresee happening within 10 years. But I turn to you guys. Where do you see your collection in 10 years? Do you see it the same? Do you see it different? And why? Let us know in the comment section down below. But fabulous, fabulous question. Next question from Purse Love. You said a handbag is worth buying if you can't get it out of your mind and you know that you will love it. But what if you have so much already that you know you don't need another handbag in your life? I'm wanting a Neverfull MM and Damier Ebene, but I have it in monogram already. And I don't want to add any more handbags because I know I have more than enough already. But I can't stop thinking about the Neverfull and Damier Ebene. What will you do in this case? All right, so I completely understand where you're coming from. And as we've talked about in other videos, whenever you see a handbag and it makes your heart sing, you end up watching video after video or pictures of it, and it makes you want that item that much more, right? So I completely understand where you're coming from. But in this case, what I would end up doing, I would ask myself point blank, am I buying it just to buy it, or am I buying it because I know I would end up using it? For me, whenever I want to add a handbag to my collection, besides it making my heart sing, I have to know that I would be able to incorporate it into my rotation. I also ask myself, is it a bag that I will end up using year round? Is it a bag that I will only end up using a couple of months out of the year? Or is there another handbag in my collection that pretty much has the same function or something along those lines? Another thing that I really like to do is a list of pros and cons. I swear that helps me out more than anything. And I am also brutally honest with myself. And again, I go down the list of pros and cons, and I feel like with that, it pretty much ends up solidifying whether or not I move forward with the purchase, or whether it makes me kind of back off a little bit and go in a different direction, especially if I'm that indecisive about moving forward with that bag in the first place. Because as I said in other videos, I feel like sometimes when I end up questioning whether or not I want to buy it and I just can't seem to pull the trigger, I feel like that's my gut instinct saying, hold off on it, or maybe go for something different. So that might be the same thing that you're feeling. But that's what I would suggest. I would suggest making a list of pros and cons and asking yourself questions as to why you want to add this back to your collection. But I'm curious, what about you guys? What would you do in this scenario? Have you experienced this before? And what do you end up doing? Do you end up going for the bag? Do you go for something different? Do you have a different different technique as far as wanting to add a bag to your collection that you're unsure of, or maybe one that you just can't get out of your mind, but you just don't know if you want to move in that direction, whatever the case may be, let us know in the comment section down below. So I don't know if this ends up helping you out, but I wish you all the luck in your decision. And if you do decide to add the Neverfull MM in the Damier Ebene, major congratulations. The next two questions are about Polene Paris. The first one is from Angela Clark, wondering if the Polene No1 Mini Backpack will be making it into your collection. All right, so before I get any further, let me insert a picture of Polene's mini backpack right now. This beauty is available in 5 different colors, and it comes in at $350 here in the States. And as far as whether or not I'm going to be adding it to my collection, why, yes, I am. I am so excited. The day that it launched, I saw it on Instagram, and I also saw it on their website, and I bought it right then and there. And I cannot wait to see it in real life. I have been waiting for them to come out with a backpack style, and the fact that it is the No1 Mini silhouette, I am stoked. I am absolutely stoked. You guys have heard me talk about the No1 Mini. This was my first Polene piece. I think it's fantastic. I think it is held up insanely well. So to have that in a backpack version, I am here for it. Now, as I said before, it's pretty much this silhouette with the biggest difference that instead of the chain strap, it actually comes with a leather strap, which I am even more excited about because I have talked about this chain strap. If you end up overstuffing the bag, or if you end up just kind of if you end up wearing it for extended periods of time, this chain can be somewhat uncomfortable and it can end up digging into your skin, or you might end up feeling the weight of the bag, again, if you end up carrying a lot with you. So the fact that that one comes with, the backpack comes with the leather straps, I think is amazing. And they're adjustable, so there are various ways that you can end up carrying it. Not only as a backpack, you can use it as a handbag, you can use it as a crossbody, so I think that's wonderful as well, again, without having to worry about the chain strap kind of digging into your skin. I do wonder if they're going to be incorporating the larger No1 into a backpack, because I think that would be amazing as well. But I couldn't wait any longer. The moment, like I said, the moment that I saw, I was like, yes, please, yes, add to cart. And very quickly, it was $20 for shipping, no duties or anything like that. So it came to a grand total of $370. And I just want to throw that out there just in case you guys are also looking to add this back to your collection. I might end up doing, I don't know if I should do an unboxing, maybe a reveal or a first impression after I use it. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comment section down below. But that bag will be in my hot little hands hopefully soon. All right, so the next question, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your name because I know I will butcher it, so my apologies, but the initials are OA, and they ask, looks like Polene just released a No8. Would love to get your thoughts on it. All right, so before I get any further, let me insert a picture of Polene's No8 right now. The No8 is available in 2 different sizes. You can either go for the regular size, which retails for $350, or the mini, which retails for $290 if I'm not mistaken. It is available in 5 different colors, and I think that it is absolutely stunning. This one also, when I saw it on their Instagram, my eyes lit up. I think it is absolutely beautiful. And of course, it is a bucket style bag, and I don't know if it's because I've become so obsessed with bucket bags these last couple of months that I end up appreciating it that much more. But the details, I think, are absolutely insane. It has feet along the bottom, it has suede on the interior, and you can also end up carrying it various ways. You can either hand carry it on the crook of your arm or as a crossbody bag, so I think that's wonderful. And I don't think that it's too busy either, just because everything is the same color, so I don't think it ends up making it look too awkward. I think it ends up enhancing its beauty, but I think it's stunning. To me, it kind of looks like a flower. I don't know if you guys see the same thing, but those pleats look like petals, but I definitely see a flower. And the 5 colors that you can end up going for, they have a nude. I thought that the nude was actually a pink. To me, it has like a pink undertone to it, which I think is great. So you have the nude, you have the mint, you also have black, gray, and they have a tan. Yeah, I think both of these new silhouettes that they ended up introducing are going to do extremely well. But I also wanted to share with you that the PR person from Polene reached out to me a couple of days ago, and I'm gonna have the chance to try out the number 8 firsthand, so that way I can provide them with feedback, and I can also end up sharing some more info, especially if you guys are looking to add it to your collection, either by doing a first impression or a reveal or something along those lines. So I am double excited about both of these bags. It's just a matter of seeing whenever they end up arriving. I don't know when the number 8 is going to ship out. That she didn't tell me. But as I said before, the backpack does end up starting to ship out the 31st. So I will keep you guys updated. And again, if you want to see either a first impression, a reveal video, or an unboxing, or whatever the case may be, let me know in the comment section down below. But what about you guys? Are you a fan of these two bags? Are you looking to add either of them to your collection? Let us know in the comment section down below. But fabulous, fabulous questions. And the last question from Bond and Oz. It's been a while since we've played a little game. Assign 1, no cheating, you know me so well, fashion house to each of these categories and why. No repeating the same fashion house, must be 4 different brands. These are the categories. 1, you get 50% off everything for a year. 2, available exclusively for you, no one else can buy. 3, items are always in stock. 4, items can be customized / tweaked by you before purchase. Goodbye, love hearts. Okay, so number 1, you get 50% off everything for a year. Hands down, I'm gonna have to go with Chanel. I would be crazy not to pick Chanel, especially with the current prices that they have. And if I get 50% off everything for a year, I will admit that first month, I know I would just go insane. And I have a feeling, I gotta be honest with you, I have a feeling that I would end up going back to Old Mini, and I would end up buying things just to buy because I'd be so excited. I mean, let's be real. That's exactly what I would end up doing, but Chanel. Number 2, available exclusively for you, no one else can buy. I'm gonna have to say Dior, because if I have the chance to try out new colors for their current handbag lineup, or if I get a chance to explore new styles before anyone else, I am all for that. Oh yeah, I am all for that for sure. Number 3, items are always in stock. That's easy. Louis Vuitton, of course. And the reason why I say Louis Vuitton is because if the items are always in stock, that means that everyone finally has a chance to add those hard to find items to their collections that they've been wanting to add for months, for years, what have you, without having to go on the pre-loved market and pay over retail, without having to go through a personal shopper and pay a premium price, and without having to constantly hit refresh on the website to see if it's there. The fact that you're gonna be able to go into the boutique and everything is readily available, I am all for that, absolutely. That means that the mini pochettes, the clays, the 6 keys, the nanos, the pochette Matisse, the backpacks, what have you, is there. They're ready. They're waiting for people to go in and buy them. So I would be crazy not to pick Louis Vuitton for that one. Absolutely. And number 4, items can be customized / tweaked by you before purchase. Goodbye, love hearts. You pretty much nailed it, because I would end up going with Gucci for this one, and I would end up taking off the heart off of the Marmont line. I know that they have the camera bag that doesn't have the heart, but I'm talking about the flat bag, and I would take the heart off the bag so that way I could finally end up trying out this fantastic bag that everyone loves. And I know that some of you have also told me, what does it matter? The heart is on the back of the bag. That's true, but I know that it's there, and that's enough to bother me, but I would take that heart off. I think that I might end up taking off the detail off the quilting as well, and just have that type of leather throughout, so it's just, there's absolutely no quilting on it. I think that would look pretty amazing as well. Some people might think it's kind of boring, but I think it would make it a little bit more simple. But yeah, those hearts and maybe that quilting from the Gucci Marmont line, I don't think that surprises anybody, because as we talked about last week, and as I've talked about a million other times, the hearts on the bags, for some reason, they just bug me. They don't bug me on clothing or on other accessories. It's just always on the handbag that I'm just not too fond of. But anywho, I digress. So those are the 4 fashion houses that I would end up picking: Chanel, Dior, Louis Vuitton, and Gucci. But I turn to you guys. Which 4 fashion houses would you pick and why? Let us know in the comment section down below. But great question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. All right, you guys, that does it for Minks Monday Q&A. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help. You guys had some awesome questions this week. If you enjoyed it, make sure and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys later. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day.